eSports. Esports right now is just like football. It's football. They will watch it in the shopping center, like how people multiplayers how do they battle.
I think if you want to start any business, anything that you like to do, you can actually just start right away right now, because you can start something small, then you can grow big.
Hello everyone and welcome to Startup Zone Talk. So today I'm here with very young entrepreneurs. I'm here with Constance and with Shun. They have started MEGPlay gaming platform and they are here today to share with you their story and their journey. So let me first thank you very much for coming to Startup Zone Talk.
Thank you for inviting us.
So let me start with you, Constance. Can you tell us a bit about your background? Where did you grow up? What type of student you were back in school?
So basically, I came from Pahang. It's a small town named Raub. And if people know about Raub, it will be Musang King. It's a durian paradise.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And back in high school, basically I'm a very shy girl and I'm a little boyish, to be honest. Everyone who knows me around primary school, they would think that I'm a boyish person, boyish girl. But maybe puberty hits then.
Were you like a good student or like so, or how used to be like in terms of grades?
In terms of grade, basically my parents were typical Asian parents, and they want my grades to be good, and they are quite strict in it. So it was okay for it. It was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Shun?
Basically, I'm from Johor. So back then, I'm actually just a so-so student.
Okay.
So my parents are not so strict for me, but as long as make sure you just don't skip the school, just make sure you study well.
So as long as you attend, you pass the subject, they are fine with that.
Yeah, they are fine with that.
Okay.
Yep.
I think that's very rare case in Asia or in Malaysia.
Yeah, they just hope I won't be mixed with those so-called gangster kind of groups. So as long as I'm just being like good will be enough for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from you were as a student, have you ever like planned I'm going to start a gaming platform? Was it during school, like gaming was your passion? Did you play? Maybe we start with you.
So basically, back in high school, like just now what I said, we are Asian, we are not Asian.
Okay.
That's why we can't get B, we have to get A. Okay. And the reason is my mom wants me to be a dentist, to be honest. Yeah, and I have never thought of creating my own company. So that time I just have to study. My mom just want me to study.
Okay.
They just want me to study, and I realized that dentistry is not my thing. Dentistry is my mom's dream. It's not my dream.
Yeah. So many parents try to relive their life through their kids. So if they cannot accomplish something, then the kids has to accomplish it for them.
Yeah.
Correct. So where was she disappointed, like for selecting your own path in different direction?
To be honest, in the beginning, yes, she is very disappointed. But my dad is a businessman, so he has his own car accessory. So he knows that entrepreneurship is not as easy as it seems, and it's so basically he very supportive in me doing business.
Okay, so he supported you. He was more understanding.
But my mom is still a little strict in that. So she thinks that later on she thinks that okay, you go ahead with your own path.
Okay. Yeah. How about you, Shun?
Eventually I don't have any planning to start a business, and actually I have this kind of mindset, like which is entrepreneurship journey during my university. So that time I'll be involved in like those because last time university back then I study in MMU, Multimedia University in Malacca. So they have some kind of program which is work with Microsoft, so kind of startup competition, create some business within 52 hours kind of stuff. So I've been joining this kind of event before. So that time I will have a kind of mindset to become an entrepreneur in someday or in one day. So what kind of industry?
But were you looking at the gaming industry, or were you looking at something else?
I'm looking for something else. Because that time back just maybe 18, 19 years old. So that time still not have clear path which industry I will go in. So just like hope I can after graduate I can join those startup company first to work with them.
So is it fair to say like it was a coincidence to go to the gaming industry? It was not a pre-planned thing from before?
Actually, no. Actually, it's not a coincidence. We planned it, but it's not during our university days.
So it's after graduation.
It's after graduation. So I really wanted to do something in my life other than just working for people. I want to start my own thing that time. So when I came from Pahang and I have a hobby, it's gaming. So when I play games, I realized that everyone really, I meet a lot of friends here. I meet a lot of friends, and I can get closer to people, be friends with them easily.
I think we will get to that, how you started. This will lead me to my next question. So I want to know, how did you guys meet together, and how did the MEGPlay idea, what it was the inception moment? How did you decide, we're going to start this platform?
So basically I met Shun in Beam event, and I used to 2 years ago I used to went to Beam event frequently. Like if they have any activities, I go and check it out, and I meet a lot of friends there as well, and people there, connections. That's what the whole purpose of Beam. So and I met as a friend as Shun, and we play games together. It's called Mobile Legend. And we thought of this idea. Hey, since we are managing few groups like WhatsApp, WeChat, group chat, they have few like Mobile Legend, PUBG groups. Why not we combine into one? And we realized that eSports is a big market in Southeast Asia.
So before MEGPlay, there was, let's say, WhatsApp groups, WeChat groups, Facebook groups, and this is how the players meet. Or actually, they can find teams and things like that. Because I'm not a gamer, I don't know how these things works.
So basically, they have few clans in PUBG market, especially. They have their own clans. Some of them they want the more the merrier people in it. And WhatsApp group, they have limitation of 250 people. So in MEGPlay, the problem we solve is, instead of just 250 people and you have to make few groups, more and more groups for your own personal WhatsApp, why not you make in MEGPlay? They are unlimited people to join your own clan.
So maybe Shun, you can tell me, you have started the MEGPlay, so it's a platform for the players to gather, correct? So what is the business model? How you guys can make money from this? Is it just a hobby, or is it like a money generating?
So we do plan for monetization for this startup, of course. So currently we are doing how we make money is actually we work with those brands who want to target mobile gamers in this niche market. So instead of they are just putting their money to test their marketing on everywhere, on Facebook, whatever, right? So we just let them to target our mobile gamers directly. So in the sense of we promote their brands to our mobile gamers.
Promote their brands or the games?
And promote their game. Promote their brands and their product to our mobile gamers, because those brands their target audience is actually those mobile gamers.
So let's say it's like more as an advertising or promotion, you charge them for that service.
Yes, so basically we will run like online competition for those games. So before we run all the competition, we will like just this competition is brought to you by this brand. So
Okay, so sponsorship.
sponsorship, yeah, and also sell them like kind of advertising on our platform. Yeah, so this is how we can make money.
Okay, now we can see that the gaming industry now is even now called eSports, and I think the sport minister is a big fan of the gaming and he's promoting it. So how important? Why gaming is important?
Firstly, basically why gaming is important is because gaming releases stress, and to be honest, economy right now is not really doing good, and people getting more stress and stress. So most of the people casually playing games to release their stress, but not just like that. Like normal sports like football, badminton, people like to watch their live stream
Correct.
for their competition. So even same with esports. Esports right now is just like football. It's football. They will watch it in the shopping center, like how people multiplayers how do they battle, what skills do they have. It was really intense as well, and it was really entertaining.
Okay, so now because there's I think big community and big fan community, they interested in watching those games, how the players played and things like that.
They do have their own like fan base as well. Some of the clans are quite famous because they won few of the championship from the competitions.
The other day I was reading on Facebook some comments, and I read that some people not happy, like even with the term esports, like they calling it, this is not a real sport. Why you are promoting it as a sport? So do you agree with this, or do you have any opinion to tell people who don't like
I would
to
say,
see this as a sport?
No, actually, I would say that esports is the future sport for millennials. Why? It's because right now a lot of people were playing multiplayer game like Mobile Legends or PUBG. This requires skills and skill sets for them.
To me, it's more like, last time people played chess game.
Yeah.
To me, it's more like a chess game. Of course, you need a lot of thinking, strategizing, and there's no doubt there is a lot of skill, but it's not like very physical. Like it's not like athletic.
Yeah, I think because now because it's already, I mean, the world is keep changing. So actually, sports just like can be. I mean, the common thing in sport and esports is competitive game.
Okay,
so
the
football,
competition
everything
is
competition.
correct, yeah.
So just in different angle, they organize all these so-called competition.
Now it's
competitive
just moved to the digital form.
Yep.
And we believe that esports in 5 years and in few years it will be very, very famous.
Yep.
Okay, let me ask you, Shun, do you agree that like a lot of the games are loaded with violence or with sexism? Because I was watching the other day a clip about a game. I can't remember the name of the game. Then I the amount of violence I saw, I was shocked. Like it was a game about a father and a son. So the father is some sort of training the son, and then they go hunting and things like that, and the father like shouting at the son and scolding him, and then some guy come and then this father like chop the head of that guy and blood, and I was like, this is
that a game?
Yeah, it's a game. I put a clip from it
Interesting.
during the editing.
Alright.
But this is like I was shocked. Like, is this thing allowed?
Okay, if you know the game, maybe you can let me know. I would.
Okay.
Maybe
check it out.
I'll check it out as well.
So, back to the question, right? For me, yes and no, because I don't agree the game will cause a person become more violent and sexism, this kind of problem, because this kind of problem is actually come from the person itself. So if let's say that person have that kind of problem,
So he has
you
psychological
won't become
problems.
that. So you will not need any game to make you become that, because you already have this kind of problem. So I don't really to agree like the game will cost.
Because there are also a lot of people who play these games and they didn't have any issues. So it's more you
Like
see it
more
as more
person.
as the person.
Yeah.
But do you think the age also play a role? Like if we are adults, we're playing games which has some violence or this thing, I think okay. But what about the children who are like from young age and their parents not aware what they are playing, what they are doing?
Just need to slightly to control the mindset of when you're playing this kind of game, because I know some of children like they're too addicted to inside the game, so maybe they can't separate what is the real world, what is the in the game. So I did see some article. There's one article that some children, they're too addicted inside Fortnite. So the children will be sent to some center to just go through some treatment to just get him out from the game.
Because I think if you're talking about the game addiction, I think any sort of addiction, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol or gaming, it's not because of the thing itself, the drug or the alcohol, or I think because this person has a psychological problem,
Kind of issue,
and he has some issue, so he looked for this as a way to escape. So we cannot blame the game or blame medicine or blame alcohol. It's the person. This person needs to be treated. Okay. So I will go more to a personal questions for you both. So maybe I'll start with you, Shun. What challenges do you face like daily and how you overcome them?
The most challenging challenges
like on personal or on professional while you're building your stuff.
for personal is actually entrepreneurship. I can say is quite lonely, because sometimes you some of your best friend your best friend they're not really to like believe what you are doing, and they might be have some doubt for you. So this is quite the challenging part. And how to overcome is you just need to stick with those people who supporting your journey. Then you just change the environment, then you will be overcome this kind of stress. Or
How about you?
Actually, I have the same answer with Shun, because yes, he was saying lonely, and our friends, some of them do support and some of them are not, and especially that when you have the mindset have different path and your end goal have different way. When you have different end goals, and eventually you won't have the same conversation with your friends.
So I think here, like sometimes I advise people who tell me like the society, sometimes their parents like really doubt them and they against of their dream, they are against of, let's say, of them starting a company, they want them, let's say, to have a safe job. I will tell them sometimes you have like not to care about what people think and just prove them wrong. I think it will be a motivation for you to work harder, to work extra hard, because at the end of the day you don't want people to tell you, I told you this will not work. So I think that should be a motivation for you to work extra hard.
Because I do believe different people, they have their own different mindset and what they want. So it just only like the thing is not they want, you are not aligned with them, so maybe you feel like maybe lonely to just separate with them. Because you are used to stick with those so they are best friend, of course, but just different. When it comes with different journey, different mindset, we might not able to stick together for quite of time, couple of time.
Many actually entrepreneurs find it's very lonely journey.
And your friends might not be understand you like, hey, how come you are not like always come out with us and spend more time with us?
Not only maybe you guys still young, even sometimes your spouse or your parents will not understand why you're taking that hard path.
In fact that we have to, other than thinking of work, we have to think of the future plans, like what is the next step. So sometimes we do, I think me and Shun, we have our own personal time to think that how we have to work together. So this is the time that we have to spend as well.
Do you have any regrets?
For
Like in your life, do you have any regret?
in my life, I don't think so.
No
Yeah, no regrets.
Ah,
Living
good.
no regrets.
Yeah, that's great. How about you, Shun?
Yeah, I don't have any regrets for now.
I think what you guys doing great, because I think you following your dream. That's why, because you know the many people, let's say they go to 30 or 35, then they start to think, okay, I'm going to start my company. They going to regret why I didn't do this earlier, because at that age you have family, you have more responsibility. Your risk margin is going to be much smaller. The worst case, if you reach old age 60, 70 and you never follow your dream. Yeah, so I think since you are young, you have following your passion, I can see why you don't have regrets.
And actually, I believe that everyone have their own timeline. You don't have to really. I advise that people, they don't really have to think that, oh, he's on this stage and I'm here. I don't think I'm.
They should not compare.
Yes, they should not compare. Everyone have their own timeline for themselves.
Correct. I fully agree. What is the most thing you are grateful for?
Grateful. Currently, I'm grateful because I met Beam as our investor, Wallace and Kenneth. They are really helpful in terms of advising us in how startup works and advising us as in more knowledge in the business. You will never finish learning all this knowledge.
Okay.
Yep. So they are passing down their experience to us, like what not to do and what you should do.
Okay. How about you?
For me, I'm quite grateful for the people that I met. Is like my mentor, Sean, Kenneth, Wallace, and the other mentors. So because I know that time a lot of people they start their business is actually they are trying themselves and they fail so many times. So quite grateful for nowadays people start business is quite easy. You just need to
It's easier,
because there's a lot of mentors around you so you just need to go those networking event to meet more people, then you can build your network so you will get more mentors and people to guide you along the journey.
Okay. If you traveled back 10 years ago, is there something like you would change?
For me, I don't think I would change anything because that's why I'm here. That's why I'm start my MEGPlay. So if I did change something, I'm not sure where am I now. So yeah.
How about you?
For me, I don't think I wouldn't change anything, because if I change anything, it wouldn't be me right now, and especially that I don't think people have to keep holding their past and keep regretting it. Instead, they have to let go of the worry of future as well. They need to live their life in the fullest moment. Yeah.
I think for us, the humans, we are the only creature who always worry about the future and who always think about the past. While let's say other animals, they just care about this moment. But yeah, I can see there is a positive thing for that and negative thing. So I think it's our human nature to worry about, but it does not like you overdo it. You don't have to worry too much.
Yeah.
If you worry too much, it's not. Firstly, it won't benefit you. Secondly, it's wasting your time.
Okay. Next question: do you have any advice for the young people like at your age, thinking or about starting a company? Do you have any advice?
For me, if they see something they really like it, I would say some of them would say follow your passion, but I would say invest in your passion, because that you need to find all the sources that you have right now and start to build it. Secondly, you need to find someone to advise you. If not, you will make a lot of mistake in your journey.
Do you have any advice, Sean?
For them, I think if you want to start any business, anything that you like to do, you can actually just start right away right now, because you can start something small, then you can grow big. So because a lot of people they say start small and go lean. So whatever I believe they don't lack of resources. They just need to how to use what they have to do something.
Yeah, I think that's very good.
Yeah, I mean you don't need everything to complete one thing.
Yeah, because there are people who waiting for the perfect moment, for the perfect time, for the perfect partner. This perfect thing will never come.
Yeah, and a lot of people they scared fail. So for me, I think you have to fail, and you have to fail fast, so that you will get that one opportunity to achieve. I mean to get the things out.
Yeah.
Correct. Because when you fail, you also learn, and it will make you stronger.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question: how can people, maybe Constant, how can people reach out to you?
People can reach out to me through Facebook.
Okay.
It's called Constance Lim.
Okay, I will put the link below.
Constance Lim, and my email is constant@megplay.com. If they have any information or details they want to send to me, they can send me through this email.
Okay.
They can reach out to me through my Facebook.
Also Facebook.
You just put my link.
Okay, we'll provide the links below. Okay, thank you very much for joining us at Startup Zone Talk.
Thank you, Startup Zone, to having us.
Sure.